In a story you'll see only on WMBF News, we've obtained photos of the Horry County Sheriff's Office transport van that two mental health patients drowned in nearly 2 months ago in Marion County.
Those chilling photos provide some insight into what the final moments of those two mental health patients may have been like.
Patrick Lloyd joins us live in the studio now to tell us about those photos. Patrick?
Yes, Sunday will mark 2 months since these two women, Nicolette Green and Wendy Newton, died in that van. Authorities say the deputy driving made a conscious decision to drive around a barricade and into floodwaters while transporting the women to mental health facilities. Tonight, we're also hearing from someone who rode in a van just like the one in this incident, and he calls it a nightmare. This is the van where Nicolette Green and Wendy Newton spent their last moments alive. This is the cage where they sat in the back. Nicolette Green's family says this is her hat laying on the floor. This photo showing the roof of the van cut open.
It was shocking.
This man says he too was transported in an Horry County Sheriff's Office transport van as a mental health patient this August. He wants to remain anonymous for fear of backlash, but he provided documentation proving he was admitted to a mental health hospital. He was diagnosed with PTSD, and in August he felt the need to admit himself to a mental health facility.
I slid around, banged my head, even with the seatbelt on. Ceilings low, the walls low, you're confined. It was like being in a dog cage. It was just unbelievable.
The man says he believes mental health patients shouldn't be transported in Sheriff's Office transport vans.
The whole thing behind with the mental health patient is to help them, and putting them in a so-called paddy wagon where you're basically locked up in a very tight spot, and is the opposite of helping.
We dug deeper to find out how much training Horry County Sheriff's deputies receive when it comes to dealing with mental health patients. An HCSO spokesperson said every deputy is required to go through 40 hours of training every year. But this man believes more than the transporting needs to change when it comes to the way mental health patients are treated. He says it was never explained to him why he was moved from one facility to another.
And to this day, it's still a mystery as to why they transported you.
It's still a mystery. Still a total mystery.
And that man says he felt compelled to come forward with his story after hearing about what Green and Newton went through. As for the investigation, Marion County Solicitor Ed Clemens tells me he's meeting with SLED agents Friday. From there, it's up to him to determine whether any criminal charges will be filed. Live in the studio tonight, Patrick Lloyd, WMBF News.